Hi guys, you are welcome to another episode on She May Studios. My name is Nina and I'm your host. Today I have a talented photographer here in the studio. He is skilled, he knows what he's about, and to be honest, I've learned a lot of things from him. I'm so happy to have Prince Amoa-Mensa with us today in the studio. Prince, you're welcome and thanks for joining us today.
Thank you.
How are you feeling?
Not bad, normal.
Right. How did photography start for you? I know from my background check, I know you started back in Ghana so many years ago, but what sparked the interest?
Well, like you said, it started way back in Ghana, like probably 2015. But the interest started maybe in 2014.
Right.
At the time, my older brother was in college, university at the time, and he had a friend who took photos, and he always like changed his WhatsApp DP with nice pictures, and I was like, oh, this is cool. So yeah, the interest started in 2014, but I picked it up in 2015 after my WASI,
Okay.
after graduating from high school.
Right.
Yeah, a couple of friends and I came together, started taking photos of our other friends. I was taking photos of plants and flowers on my iPod
Right.
at the time. Yeah, and I mean, here we are right now after 10 years, maybe. Yeah, so the interest really sparked when I saw pictures of my older brother and they were nice.
Yeah.
So, and at the time, I think digital photography in Ghana was becoming a thing because I think that was also the peak of Instagram in Ghana. So, yeah, everywhere you went on Instagram, you would see a lot of people taking high quality photos. So, that's where the interest started.
Right. That's great. Do you remember the first picture you made and said that this is it? Like I'm actually ready for the market.
Yeah. Funny enough, I was just about to show a couple of friends last night.
Yeah.
We were doing my first photo. This is my most recent photo. Yeah, I remember. It was a fashion shoot with my friend. His name is Randy. House Deuce. We had gone to UCC Gardens, and then we had him dress up like a cowboy. Then we took the photo. I came home, edited it, posted it. Got a lot of likes. And I was like, yeah, actually, this is actually cool. So, yeah, I still remember vividly. Yeah, I can check later if I'll find a photo.
Yeah,
that was a picture.
I would love to see it. I'm sure every other person would love to see it as well.
Yeah,
I'd love to see it.
Yeah.
So, you've done photography before now, let's say 8 years before you came to the US, and then you still came to do, like, you're still doing, like, MA in photography, am I correct?
Yeah.
Why did you decide to still continue in that path and not something else?
Okay, this is a good question. My background is not in photography at all. Yeah, I have a BFA in music.
Wow.
So I have like a music major. But when I was in university, I still used to take photos, right? It was like a side thing, but then it paid the bills, and I used to make money. At that time, I used to shoot a lot of weddings, events, and stuff like that. I was making money. I was like, this is actually a cool thing to do.
Yeah.
Maybe I should take it serious. So after school, after college, I was like, I don't really want to continue with music. I want to take photos. So I started taking photos. Then COVID hit. So I was like, okay, maybe this day I have to find another thing to do. But luckily for me, I had a friend who knew a lot of people. He was well connected.
Yeah.
So we got a gig with a very big company in Ghana.
Wow.
Yeah, that we used to work for them on contract basis.
And which year was this?
2020, I guess. Late 2020 all the way to like 2021 before the lockdown was over. So yeah, we're working for this company. We used to like create content, take photos, for them. And I was still paying the bills. I'm like, okay, cool. But then I come from a family of academia.
Yeah.
Both my parents are like, my dad was a professor, my mom was a headmistress.
Wow.
So I was like, maybe I should do something different that would add like an accreditation to the skilled part of it. Maybe something book-wise.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, let me just try and see if I would find a course that does photography. I did some research. There wasn't any school in Ghana that actually taught photography. So I was like, okay, let me just throw my net and then see what I'll get.
What you get. And that's where your net caught.
Yeah, big fish.
Awesome. That's great. So, I'm now knowing you have a music background. That's great. Would you say it was because of what you were earning, because of the revenue you were getting from photography? That's why you switched to photography? And why music in the first place? Was it out of passion, or you wanted to learn a skill?
Yeah.
And later on, you realized that the passion wasn't bringing money. And so you were like, okay, if I'm doing this as a hobby and it's fetching me money, why not switch?
No, it's a little bit of both. If we want to talk about the music, we won't end. My family, everybody plays an instrument, right? Like, we are from a music inclined family. So music was something it's still something that is embedded in me.
Yeah.
I did music in high school also.
Wow.
So it's not, it started from high school, then college. But photography was an acquired passion, it was an acquired taste. That became cool.
Yeah.
And then it was like killing two birds with one stone. You know, I feel like I'm also a very good creative.
You are.
I used to draw at first when I was a kid. I used to draw. So
you're so talented. I mean, do you sing as well?
No, I don't sing.
Okay, so it's the instrument.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
And then we have the photography on the side.
Yeah, so
and drawing.
Yeah. So I love to make art. I love to explain things from my perspective.
Yeah.
And then I don't really feel like I can really explain things the way they are. So I would take a photo and be like, oh yeah, here it is, So if you look on my phone, I have more than 15,000 photos.
Wow.
Just because I love to take photos and then show, So as much as it pays the bills, it was a sort of passion driven thing also. Before I realized it could pay bills, I was doing it out of passion. I used to do my first gig, right? It was this gig in UCC.
Yeah.
I remember. I didn't even get paid for it.
But you went because...
I went because,
you really wanted to do it.
I really wanted to do it, and it was fun.
Yeah.
I was able to tell events from that thing through the photos, So at first, it wasn't really about the money.
Yeah.
But then the money came in, and I was like, yeah.
Right.
So even for now, even as of now, it's not really about the money for me. I'm happy, always happy to
be there,
take a photo, create nice moments. So yeah, that is what it is.
Right. So. How do you approach storytelling in your photography? Because you mentioned that you're not someone who, you want to describe things, but you want your thoughts to be seen through your photos. If I got you right.
Yeah.
So that should gear towards storytelling. I don't think maybe you would just pick up a camera if someone books you, or if you're out practicing on your photography stuff, you would just pick a camera and not know the direction you're going. Probably you have a preconceived idea or how you want to compose your images. Yeah. How do you go about that?
I feel like with this question, every client or every session has what it wants to say. So what I normally do is, if it is a client that reaches out to me, I would first of all talk to them and then see where they are headed with what they want to do.
Yeah.
Then that's the first step. The second step is to create mood boards. All right.
Oh.
So we create a very intense mood board to see the story we want to tell.
Yeah.
And we also look at the target audiences. Who is this? What is this product going to?
What's it for?
What is it? Yeah. What age group? What demographic is it going to meet? So it's a little bit of different things. Everybody is different. So, but the mood board is one of the most important things. Let's say I'm shooting for a product, like a bag or something. Men don't really like bags, but it's the men that would buy the bags. All right. Most of the times, it's the men that would buy the bags for their ladies, and men love to see quality things.
Yeah.
So if I take a photo, right? If let's say my mom or somebody shows me a photo of a bag, and it's not really good quality, I'll be like, I won't buy you this bag. All right.
Yeah.
Or maybe the girl wants it, my mom wants it. So I would go and look for a different thing that matches the quality of this. Because men are really particular when it comes to things like that. So we try to find all of these things and then find a target audience, and then we shoot for it. Also make sure, I also make sure to get the details. You know, I wouldn't shoot a Prada bag or a Gucci bag and then hide the logo or the color scheme and stuff like that.
So why would you hide it?
Yeah, I try to make things like that evident. With collaborative stuff, I create the mood board and I push it out to the model or the subject. Like, hey, are you free to do this? Like, what is your limit when it comes to taking photos? What can you do and what can you not do? When it's cool, you're like, okay, yeah, sure. And most of those things are for passion projects. So mood boarding is the first thing. No, not the first thing, but the most important thing first. Then the target audience is the second thing.
Yeah.
Then the delivery is the second thing.
Right.
I mean, I try to get as much as possible when I'm shooting, but a lot of work also goes into post-production for me.
Exactly. So it's when you plan ahead of time, it saves you a lot of distractions, like a lot of editing during the post-production.
Yeah.
You don't have to do too much because you've already done. It's like garbage in, garbage out. So if you don't plan accordingly, I see that. That's great. That's great. And that's a very good tip new photographers should actually adopt. You need to plan, create a mood board, and send it to your clients for them to review to see if what you are thinking of is what they are also thinking of. Like if you're both on the same page, rather than just going to shoot and then later on the client or the person you're working with will tell you, no, I can't do this shoot. No, I don't want this. So yeah, that's a very great tip. Thank you. So moving on, I know you are into more of commercial photography. I see you do studio and I see you do location as well. But which one are you more comfortable with and why? I like your, let me say this, I like your lighting, how you light your subjects, especially in the studio. It's really nice. You have a different lighting style for most of your shoots. How do you even decide on which style to go with? Is it about how the person looks? Is it about the concept?
Yeah, first is about the concept. Second is about what you are trying to get.
Right.
Thirdly is about the person. The same way I will light a black person will be the same way I'll light a white person. You know. Fourthly, and I feel like that is what most of the times it is about. It's about the feel, the mood. Sometimes it's just like, yeah, I just want to do this. I just want to try this and see if it works. But for a consistent look, I have like 1 or 2 lighting setups that I would always do just to get like a consistent thing in my portfolio or whatever. But yeah, it's just feels. It's just It's
I
just
get
like,
that.
yeah, sometimes I just want to try some stuff. Sometimes too, I just want to, I recently did a shoot for somebody over here. And then I think it was a grad shoot. And they wanted a green background.
Why green?
OU.
Okay.
Yeah, OU. So I had to play with gels, and then I had to light the person up in a way that the gels wouldn't mix in her skin and stuff like that. It was a challenge, but I mean,
How long did it take you
just
to figure it out?
to figure it out. Oh, it didn't take long, but it was a challenge.
Of course, you're a wizard.
No, but yeah, when she came, she had makeup on, and I had envisioned different skin tone in my head already. So I had to like compensate for her makeup and stuff like that. So it was a challenge, but we did it. But yeah.
That's interesting. Talking of skin, so it means you like even how the person does the makeup, because we have different makeup types. How the person does the makeup, the kind of skin. It's not even about the color. Because some people don't really have smooth skin.
Even face structure.
You consider all those.
Yeah. Yeah, because light, I feel like in photography generally, light is the make or break. I can take a photo of you in a way that will make you look like a wizard or a witch, and I can take a photo of you that will make you look like an angel.
Yeah.
It's all dependent on the light. So that's the first thing. You cannot master it, but you can get close to mastering it because light hits different. There are billions of ways you can light stuff.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie to you. Millions of ways. So you just have to find some that work for you.
That works.
And then always see who you are going to shoot, how you want to structure the person's face. Just make the work easier for you.
For yourself. Yeah.
So yeah. So far as you get the work done.
Yeah. I think that's the most important thing. So do you prefer location shoots to studios?
I didn't answer that. I would say right now, for now, I don't know in the future, but for now, I would say I'll take studio shoots. I would say I prefer studio shoots because that way I can do the lighting how I want it.
How you want it.
If you go outside and there is the sun, you cannot tell the sun to move.
But okay, so how about like creating shade, taking pictures using available shade?
You can always do that. But the thing with that is what, let's say you have the sun hitting this way. It means your back is exposed.
Yeah.
Right. So how do you compensate for the light behind your subject? You cannot shoot facing the sun too. Now to you, your subject will be dark, right? And then you have blown out background.
Yeah.
Right. You can always add more things.
Like reflectors.
Yeah, to shape the light. But it's easier in the studio for you to bring one light, bring another one, and then mold your own lights that you want. But I like shooting outdoor too. Don't get me wrong. I really shoot outdoor. Sometimes I shoot outdoor stuff. I have a lot of outdoor stuff, but I always prefer studio because I'm in control of the light.
So what are 3 things a good photograph should have? You should see in a good photograph.
I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't know.
The composition.
See, okay, I don't know for photojournalists. You people have things that you look for in a good photo. But I feel like commercial stuff.
If you're a commercial, I think, there are certain things. For instance, if you're shooting for a product, you want to see the product and want to buy it. So you're talking about details. We're talking about angles.
Yeah, I tell you what. I mean, those are the things. Those are the general things, right? Composition, all of this, just the position, all of those things. But I feel like in recent times, this is just my opinion. In recent times, commercial things are just like young konkwa. like, like you see some stuff, you're like, oh, yo, this is actually hard, but it's like Gen Z stuff, it's like Gen Z. So, I mean, right now you can't really tell, but if we were to go back, you look at the composition, lighting, the details, what the thing is about, what messages it's sending. So I can't really tell what the three things I would look for in a photo to say they are actually a great photo. Every photo is a great photo, right? I mean,
as long as like people would say,
as long as people relate to it.
People relate to it, and your thought process, you're able to explain, okay, this is why I did this. It may not sound good in someone's ears, but it's you created it, and so you should be proud of whatever you created.
But for a beautiful photo, you have to look for the colors, anything that makes you attracted to the photo. That's a beautiful photo. So
in terms of editing, what do you look at?
Depends. So if I'm doing still life, again, details, lighting, photo stacking. But when I'm shooting for like models or fashion, first thing I look at in fashion is colors.
Okay.
Because that is the most difficult thing to deal with. I tell you this, when you are shooting on white, with white lights, depending on the strobe you are using, every strobe has a color it casts on the white. So let's say you are shooting with Godox on a white side.
Right.
The white casts magentas onto the white and your black or any other outfit you are using.
Yeah.
Right. Any color in the studio will get a hint of magenta. Right. And if magenta mixes with another color, it produces a different color.
Right.
And if that color is on the model's face or something that is important, that color is off. Right. So you have to look at those things. You have to first color correct. Right. Then I also do like normal fixes, like in the face, some dodge and bend, highlighting, liquify.
Yeah.
Fix the hair, fix the dress.
Yeah.
And when I'm done, I just do a normal, like a general color grading to what I want.
What you want. So you have a specific style when it comes to editing. Yeah. Have you ever edited and maybe the person is like, I don't like this. You made me look different.
In recent times, no. Maybe 5 years back, I've never had that experience. Right. But it's something the photographer, even the best photographer in the world, I believe has experienced before.
You get that. Yeah.
Everybody has different tastes, so it is what it is. But it's been a long time since I experienced somebody saying they didn't like most of the times I don't even retouch.
Okay.
I hardly retouch. Except when I'll just say this, like I only retouch my personal stuff. Like photos that I have collaborated with someone. Photos that I'll go, my Instagram portfolio. But if I'm doing clients, like I hardly retouch.
Okay. So there's a difference between editing and retouching.
Yeah, in my dictionary.
I've heard another photographer say that. What's the difference in your dictionary?
Editing is just color correcting, making sure there is enough light, you bump up the shadows, blah blah blah. Like you basically Lightroom stuff. Lightroom more capture stuff.
Right.
But retouching is going into detail, like moving the dust. Those small things that
it takes a lot of time.
Yeah, I take at least 2 hours retouching one photo. At least. It takes a lot of time.
So photography is not just about taking pictures and leaving it. It takes a lot of time to even edit.
Yeah. It takes a lot of time. So but when you enjoy doing something, you lose track of time. You really enjoy the process, make sure everything works. Don't count the minutes. Unless you're working on it. So.
You're just excited and
yeah,
doing it before you
not
realize,
excited, right?
Yeah. Have you done any recent shoots you feel so proud of? Would you wanna, if yes, would you wanna take us through the process, like in terms of you creating the idea generation, the concept, the lights? Because I know you're a wizard when it comes to seriously, when it comes to like when you went to Cleveland for the workshop, I saw what you did. It was awesome. With your group, it was awesome. So you take us through
on their behalf.
You take us through the lights, how you arrange the light. Because from what we just said, you like it doing studio, and you're comfortable in the studio than outdoor. So how did you even position the lights? And then we would also show the outcome of the photo you're going to describe on the screen for people to see.
Yeah. I have to look for our photo. Actually, let me see. What photo am I taking?
There was this one. I don't know if you guys. I've forgotten. It was a white model, very simple and classy. She was holding something. Was it lollipop?
Oh, the Cheetos
see
thing.
it?
Yeah, hold on. Let me see if I can find this one.
Yeah. I like that picture a lot. I'll show it on the screen.
Okay. Do
you like it?
Yeah, I like it. It was one of my favorite photos ever taken. So it was one light from the camera left, one light on the side, one strip box on the side, and one strip box on the backdrop to give it that gray.
Okay.
I don't know though. I forgot. I'll check this one, but yeah, I think it was 3 lights. It was a 3 light setup.
Right.
Then a fill on the left side, a black fill on the left side of the camera. So yeah, I'll check. I have the behind the scenes.
How do you scout for models? It's hard. I'm asking because for me, most of the times when I'm walking on the streets, I'm looking. Yeah. I'm always looking for interesting people. And you see me, one time you see me walking very nice, another time you see me running. When you see me running, it means I've seen someone. I'm actually going to talk to the person. There's been times, there was one time someone just said no.
Rejection.
Rejection.
It's hard, but it's cool. Part of the...
And most of the times too, they're like, oh yeah, when, you know. So I'm wondering, how do you scout for your models?
Mostly, it's Instagram. Mostly. Sometimes too. Before I came here, before I came to the US, it was Instagram. No.
But now,
yeah, still Instagram, but it's not difficult, but it's difficult.
It is.
Imagine like you're even getting rejections. So
yeah.
Imagine the first time I came here trying to get my foot in the door. I would walk up to some white girl, see a black man. What do you want?
Yeah.
Yeah, but finally I got to meet some people like face to face. Show them my work.
Yeah.
They liked it. Took some photos.
I want to
then then it was like a ripple effect.
Yeah.
Prince wants to take a photo. Blah blah blah.
Why not?
Yeah, and I also I've worked for Variant. Yeah. I think that was also like a breaking point. Breakthrough for meeting people. So I did some work for them that made me meet other people.
So networking is key.
Networking is key. If you ever move out of your comfort zone and you move to network, meet people, take photos of people.
I mean, there was a time I spoke to this lady. We had an assignment and it was time bound. I spoke to her. I was walking on the street and I saw her hair and everything, how she looks perfect for what I'm looking for. I spoke to her and she was like, oh yeah, I can come. What time? We scheduled and everything. And on a day, I went to stand at their location with Shama, and this lady didn't show up. I kept calling. Oh my God. It
happens.
Yeah.
Sure happens.
It happens. What has been your most challenging moment in your photography journey? Has it been with dealing with a tough client, or what you were expecting didn't work?
Losing files.
Losing files.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I feel I like to say to myself that I'm somebody that, I don't think I like to talk or I like to retaliate. I don't crash out. Maybe I'll crash out over some things, but yeah, if you disappoint somebody, it's rightfully enough for them to complain. It is up to you to accept what you've done. You always have to accept your faults and what has happened.
Yeah.
Because everybody feels some way about something.
Yeah.
So it's always right. It's very human for you to accept your faults, what has happened, and then look for the way forward. Right. So dealing with clients who don't you can fix it. But losing files. I'll tell you the story. So back in 2019, the time that Atomic Total Filling Station blew up back in Ghana. I used to work with my friend. So we had gone for this wedding the weekend before. I think the thing happened on a Thursday or Tuesday. We had gone for a wedding the weekend before, right?
Yeah.
Then the wedding was really expensive. It was an expensive wedding. The guy really spent a lot of money on that wedding.
Yeah.
Right. And then the explosion happened.
Oh my God.
And my hostel was close to the explosion.
Yeah.
So my partner at the time, not my partner.
I get it, but your work.
Yeah, my work. Yeah.
Even if it's your partner.
No. Yeah, he had the files on the hard disk and he was trying to escape. He was running and the hard disk fell down.
Oh no.
And we lost all the files. The hard disk was not recoverable. And this guy was complaining, I spent a lot of money, like 100,000 CDs, blah, blah, blah. You guys just lost the videos. Yeah, that was rough. That was really rough.
It will be really rough.
It was really rough.
Someone's wedding, that's really important to them.
Yeah, so we ended up taking videos.
Oh no.
We ended up taking videos on people's phones to make a video for them. Yeah, it wasn't our fault, but yeah. It happened.
It happened.
And it was a very difficult, rough time. Went back and forth. Yeah, that was the most difficult mishappening that has happened in my career, I would say. Aside that, everything else is discussable. You can talk about it. You can find solutions to it.
But losing files, what do you have to do?
You can't do anything. The hard disk was broken.
I can't imagine what you went through.
But luckily enough, for the pictures, I did a photo. The pictures were
awesome.
Just intact.
So that being said, what advice would you give to us in photography, people already in there and status when it comes to storage? Because it's very important.
Get a lot of storage. Invest in storage. Invest in storage. Because that is also an avenue to make some money. So invest in storage, get multiple backups. Then maybe after 2 years, you can just buy storages.
But in your case, how the whole thing happened, it fell. So would you say that maybe once you're done shooting, you should back up immediately?
Back up on multiple devices.
Immediately. Once you lose this, you already have.
You already have. And a backup of a backup.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Is there any other tip you have for us regarding photography? Maybe lights. We've spoken about storage. Is there any other tip? When you're looking for your subject, what should you look out for?
That one is it's unique to every person, what they want. Yeah, you can decide to for white models, black models, curly hair models.
I have one question. I never see you shoot males.
I shoot a lot of male.
You do? Do you post them?
Sometimes. Yeah. I do shoot. I shoot a lot. I shoot with a lot of male. I do. But the women always win.
The women always win. We always win.
Yeah. Women go online to look at women photos. Men go online to look at women photos.
Yeah, so
that is the
it's just life, I guess.
Yeah.
It's just life.
I shoot a lot of female photos.
Would you want your female child to be in photography?
I don't know if I'll have a female child. I don't know.
What if it happens? It could. If she wants to follow daddy's.
Why not?
Okay.
Why not? My parents made me do it, and if anybody wouldn't have made me do it, it would have been my parents, and they made me do it. So why wouldn't I let my child?
I'm gonna put you on the spot right now.
What's up?
If you can look into the camera and inspire any female wanting to, this one, both wanting to delve into photography and thinking that, oh, this is a field for men. Even though I have the passion for it, I feel like I have to carry things. When I was carrying about 3 things at the same time. It's not a field for the weak.
Nah, it's not.
It's not. What do you have to tell people, especially the ladies?
The go-to photographer for Vogue magazine is a female. Her name is Anna Lubovitz.
I love her.
Yeah. So that should be enough inspiration for you to just enter photography. And I feel like women have the emotion to tell stories more than males. So if photography is something that you really want to do, let's go for it. You would be way better than your male counterparts. And with the issue of carrying stuff, I mean, you can do it one at a time. You don't have to carry everything at the same time. So that is not a discourage. That should even encourage you more to do it. But yeah, go for it. I don't think it's a male-dominated industry. I feel like it's more of a uniform thing. But just that, in this world, we have male biases. That's what happens. But yeah, females are great. I know I follow a lot of female photographers myself. A lot of female photographers influence my lifestyle, my lighting style, my shooting style. I can mention a couple of them. There is this lady I follow on Instagram. Her name is HMD Film. You can look her out. She does amazing light work. There is Liana Supinus. I think she was an alumni over here. She is also an amazing photographer.
Right.
Yeah. Just do it. Don't feel discouraged.
Just do it. Follow your passion. If that's what you want to learn, just do it. Some people think that photography is just having a good camera. Or just having a camera. And that's it. They don't see, they don't think planning goes into it, editing goes into it, how you even, a lot of things goes into it. It's not just about having a camera. What do you have to say about that?
There are two kinds of people. person who owns a camera and a photographer.
Can you say that again?
There are two kinds of people. The one who owns a camera and then the photographer. You can just own any camera and take photos.
Yeah.
But then to understand the craft, you have to be a photographer.
You have to be a photographer.
So, yeah, a lot goes into it. You can't just wake up and be a photographer, but you have to put in the work, or you have to be actually willing to put in the work to be a photographer, or you can just go and buy any camera and start taking photos. So there is that.
Yeah, and I must say I've learned a lot from you.
Me? What
yes.
did you learn?
your style. There's been times I've been stranded in the studio and you came to my aid a couple of times. Sometimes it's just something very small. It's just something small. What I'm saying is that knowledge is not really far-fetched. If you have a resource, if it's a friend, ask them. Don't be shy to ask questions. It shouldn't make you feel like you don't know. It's okay if you don't know.
It's okay if you don't know.
Yeah.
It's very okay if you don't know.
It's okay if you don't know. If you just ask, and a person will be willing to teach you. And you may be surprised. Sometimes what you even know, the person doesn't even know. So it's not even about this person knows more than me. Everyone and what they know. So just ask and be willing to learn. Have an open mind and go out there and create your images. Yeah. Is there any other thing you would want to touch on or talk about?
I was saying this, you are what you consume, right? You always reproduce what you consume. So if you have a style or you have a group of people, friends, that always take photos of plants, unconsciously or subconsciously, you find yourself learning about plants and taking photos.
Right.
If you are into fashion and you invest into stuff, I'll use myself as an example.
Right.
You always see me on my phone looking at photos from Zara, H&M. I go to the mall not to buy anything, just to take photos of pictures of Zara models and stuff like that. Just go. And I've seen that ever since I started doing that, my style has changed. It's gravitating towards that.
Yeah.
And it's all because I'm consuming more of those stuff.
Right.
So even like subconsciously or unconsciously, I'm reproducing what I'm consuming.
Yeah.
So depending on the field you want to delve into, start surrounding yourself and then doing things in that field.
Right.
You'll find out that you are eventually doing it without anybody telling you or without even yourself realizing. So that should be the greatest advice I think I've ever given in my life. And continue practicing.
Yeah, keep practicing. Practice. Yeah.
Failing is one step to getting it. So if you fail, try again. Because
every other person is also trying. One thing I heard someone talk about was when you fall, just stand up and continue walking, because if you don't stand up, people will just step on you, because everyone is still walking. People are running. So once you're on the floor, people will just run over you. So why don't you either gather some energy and then step up, or try and hold someone's hand and still keep going. It doesn't matter how slow your steps are. It's just a matter of moving. Don't be standing there not doing anything. So yeah, that was an amazing interview, and I'm sure we all learned something from this. I've learned a lot. There's been some tips that Prince mentioned, and I'm sure when you adopt it, you would go far. Keep practicing, find an inspiration, prepare before you go on your shoots. Have a focus. So yeah. So this brings us to the end of this episode. Thank you so much for joining us today. My name is Nina. And Prince, I forgot. Can you please give us your Instagram handle just in case someone wants to follow you?
Prince
Okay.
AM Photo on Instagram. Prince AM Photo on Instagram. It used to be Legendary Photography, but I've rebranded, trying to make it a little bit more personal. Because Legendary Photography in the past was like a brand of and a group of people who used to do a lot of stuff. But I feel like right now I've niched down, and I think it was right enough to make it my name, because I'm trying to sell myself,
yourself,
not a brand.
Right.
So it used to be Legendary Photography, but right now it's Prince AM Photo. Yeah.
Okay. So officially, this brings us to the end of this episode. Thank you so much for joining. My name is Nina. There'll be a time where Prince will come back on the set to talk about the business in photography. And I'm sure people would want to know that. You can do all to follow me on my Instagram handle at Paloma Asante. My other social media handles are the same. Follow Prince. Go to his Instagram. Find inspiration. I'm actually waiting for his masterclass. Yeah.
Very soon.
So this brings us to the end of this episode, and see you in the next. Thank you for watching.